You need the door? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pull the.
Are you looking to like rip the door right off?
Yeah, rip the door and pull it towards the guards in front of me.
All right, yeah, you can do that. What are you going to do with the determination?
To boost my effort. Determined effort. Is that what it's called?
I think so, yeah. Let's see which one it does. There's two different ones that you could use.
Yeah, I think it's determined effort. Spend 1 point for each +2 to get the desired effect.
All right. You can use focus, but that changes your thing, right? Recover. Yeah, focus just changes your ability to use. So determined, yeah. Gotta pump points into it first. How many are you gonna use? 1 point for every 2 points of bonus.
And I have 6. I'll just put 1 point in.
Okay, so you end up getting a total of, well, raising your total 2 more from whatever you roll. Essentially giving you a +2.
I was thinking I'll use 2 points. I was thinking I was using.
Actually, don't you choose?
You use will, actually.
Oh, you have to state your desired outcome: moderate, major, or massive. So do that. Which one did you want? Moderate is basically just going to pull it off. I'd say majors, that's where you're going to actually grab it and like run people over with it. Major would be that and whatever more you decide to add to it.
Oh, I'll add 2 and go for major.
So you're going to do major. So basically you're going to roll and then you have to spend determination up to a major. So like if you rolled a 0, you'd have to spend 3 determination.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, so you're going to go for a major. All right, go ahead and roll. Difficulty of 5.
All right, I just use my regular numbers for now.
Yep, whatever the telepathy or telekinesis was. So, -2, 0, +2, 4. So yeah, 5 determination.
How much determination do you have?
5. That's all of it.
Oh yeah, I still have to lower mine.
All right, so yeah, you got a major success. Mark off your 5 determination.
Actually,
right?
You don't have to spend all of it. You have to spend at least 1, but you don't have to spend to make it major.
I think if I got a major success by myself, then I'd still have to spend 1.
Yeah, but I mean,
am I reading it wrong?
I don't.
I think I have to spend up until I get the major success.
Yeah, that's how I took it. You roll a dice and get an effective 0, blah, blah, blah. Spend 1 point of determination per 2 levels required to make up the difference and you achieve it. You roll the dice and get an effective 0, a moderate success, so you subtract 0 from 3. 3 levels, spending 2 points of determination. So yeah, you got to spend up to... You must spend at least 1 point of determination, even if the roll is what you wanted. So even if you did get a major, you'd still have to spend 1. But in order to get it up to major, you're going to spend 5.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, you like the metal creaks and like twists and like the whole door kind of rips off and plows forward. It knocks the guy who's like in the door man or whatever you want to call him, kind of flattens him out on the ground and like comes down on top of several of the skate ramps and several of the gang members that are off to the side. What extra stuff did you want it to do? What were you looking to try and achieve with a major success?
Did I knock down all the people between me and the door?
Yeah.
Can I swing it behind me and use it as a shield as I run away?
Yeah, that'd work. Like putting it kind of like between you and the bodyguards and Roxy, basically. Is that what you're looking, so that they can't get to you? So you're gonna like be running and have like this door behind you, like following you.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Exactly.
So what do you two do when the door gets ripped off?
I look inside.
It's basically like as soon as the door rips off, you just kind of like see the splatter of blood and like on the ground, and like this guy, the doorman, you like see part of his leg is all that's left as he's like dragged off of the door and crushes the other people, and then like the door spins around behind. Afterthought as he's like running towards you with the door following behind him.
Bad idea.
that Afterthought is on his way out, I turn away from the door that was just ripped open. Excuse me. And I crack my knuckles because I'm pretty sure that there might be people coming from the exterior of the building to sort of try to stop us from escaping.
Get away, yeah.
I'm ready to start beating people up if they come at us.
Right. You can hear like the bodyguards and Roxy like running behind you, like yelling at you to stop. Excuse me. So like as you run out of this building, the door behind you kind of catches on the frame of the building. It doesn't like fit out the building the way it's going, so it just kind of like jams up against it. And you can hear them yelling and banging on it as you guys start to run away. You can hear people like up in the building, like peeking out the window, and there's like some people like climbing from the rooftop down onto the scaffolding that they're come down. But you guys got a good enough head start that you could outrun them without a problem if you keep on going.
Okay.
But I figure the ball's kind of like floating behind Afterthought still, unless you're gonna put that away or do anything.
When I get time.
Okay, no, I see the ball floating after him. I grab it with the gloves still on. I hold it to my chest, and like.
We're going back to the hideout, having a family meeting.
Sorry.
Is he going to be grounded now?
Yeah, he might be grounded.
Yeah, good luck with that.
How many people did he kill with the door?
Oh, well, the door guy, and then I'd probably say another 5 or 6 off to the side. And this is like your big, heavy steel door, so I mean, they're just like completely flat and smushed, crushed.
We've killed 7 or 8 humans so far.
Oops.
You're like the bad superheroes.
Yeah,
don't take no shit. You just.
Jesus. Oh my god.
Okay.
Cool though, because we're just starting out, so we can figure this out.
That's right. You got a few mistakes in there.
Like how the Power Rangers just caused terrible
destruction.
Damage.
I think I might have to change Roxy from a quality to a challenge.
I agree.
Actually,
yeah. Between sessions, I want to refine my my qualities and my challenges a bit more.
All right.
I think I could come up with 3 solid ones for each, and like a good paragraph.
Okay. Yeah, and like you can always leave a couple blank too. That way you can fill them in if something comes up, or if I wanted to tag something and make something up on the spot. That's good too.
Cool.
Yeah, you get back to your base. You're able to shake the people that are following you without too much of a problem, and get back safely to your base without any known followers or any issues offhand. Roxy probably didn't get a sight of either of you two. She would have seen Afterthought. She didn't recognize him as Johnny Swift, though, or she didn't seem to. So, presumably, they don't know who you are or who you were, or where you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I tell them the information that I learned? Like how she really wanted that orb and seemed to know about the cloak guy?
That would mean that this being has made more devices.
Or at least plans to, and spread them to the underground, under the criminal society.
Right. Now, from what we heard from Justin, he seemed to order that attack, right?
Yes.
He
The
armed
cloaked
them
figure did, yep.
and paid them.
Yep.
All right. We know for some reason he wants the mayor dead. We know that.
Well, not the mayor dead.
Right, or
He's getting
essentially impeded. This was almost more of a show of force than an actual hit job.
Right. And you'll notice, when the guy that was on the rooftop that had the orb originally, when he let go of that and became idle, that's when your being stunned ended. But it didn't. The mayor's didn't stop.
This is all very interesting. I need to run some tests on this device.
Yeah. Okay.
I have some theories about how this metahuman is able to, if you would, create fetishes, extensions of his metahuman nature in ways that can be touched and used by others. This, which is truly unprecedented. Ancient mythologies, if you want to tie metahuman theory into them, might explain it, but in the modern world, this is very bizarre indeed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or he's from space.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Gonna try and run some tests on this thing then.
Yes, indeed.
Um,
The first is a sort of a battery of tests pertaining to psychic projection.
All right.
How it seems to have this metahuman's power without the metahuman being there.
What do you have for your? Whoops, wrong one. Do you just have the meta tech or the
Yeah, I
science
sort of
metahuman biology? I would say that would be like your specialty, but I don't have any problem with the if you have the apparatuses and some of the basic know-how to run the other tests. I mean, obviously that's your special, but
yeah, it's sort of a bit vague, so I have no problem with it being reined in.
all right.
Because right now it's sort of I was trying to make an equivalent of like astronomy or anatomy, but for metahuman sciences specifically.
Right.
Which might be a much broader field than just something like
Standard
physics. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't you roll up that then? I'd say intellect, obviously, for that. So, difficulty on this thing. Have you ever ran across anything that is alien-like? Is your character?
I don't believe so. Maybe only incidentally, but extraterrestrial beings aren't really that interesting unless they have their own metahuman aberrants that pop up. Yeah. But he's only interested in meta creatures.
Okay, so I'll say it.
Yeah, a meta starfish he might be interested in, but not an alien if it doesn't have any of those the unique traits that make something meta.
All right. I'll say a difficulty of 5 then.
Cool. Do I get my specialty for this one or no?
Yeah. Your intellect plus your specialty minus 5.
All right. I get intellect is 8 plus 1, so 9. All right.
Oh, major success. All right. So, this thing does seem to be some sort of symbiote, but it is in like a stasis mode, or it's not actually alive at the moment. It's trying to like find a host, but in order to do that, it wouldn't actually be alive without the host. So it's kind of like almost like a computer program or a virus right now, just trying to attach to something.
Okay.
It does have like a very high reading for it. It seems like it's growing, I guess, like it is connected somehow or to something, but it's not yet fully aware.
Okay. Can I say with confidence that this is meta in origin, or perhaps something beyond that?
Probably beyond that.
Okay. Cool.
It's, nothing like you've come across. It does have some qualities, but it seems a lot more alien than anything that you could even imagine.
It might have properties that metahuman types can touch upon, but it is not itself
right
a metahuman type. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool. It taps into strange forces, but isn't the type of strange force that my character
right.
Kind of like Afterthought's cloak.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Item.
Cool.
Yeah, actually, if you ever, I guess you'd probably be somewhat familiar with Aftershock's cloak, or Afterthought. So yeah, you can see like it's the similarities are there. It's not quite the same thing, but you can see that there's probably a connection between the two.
Right. Okay.
Not a connection as they go together, but a similar quality.
Yeah, perhaps sort of. Yeah, I figure like in a world like this, there's plenty of stuff that breaks the laws of physics.
Mhm.
Not all of it is necessarily meta, but when humans are doing it, there's a good chance that it is, but not necessarily.
Right.
Okay, we're
Right.
kind of figuring out my character's discipline all along, so it's not like limitless.
Right. Obviously, you need the gloves to handle this thing. Otherwise, like when you try to touch it, it kind of like your hands kind of pass through it like it's mercury. It just kind of like melds around you. Every now and then, you can feel it like tugging at you, like if it wants you to, it's trying to connect to you, but it doesn't have the power to at the moment. Is anybody touching it with bare hands?
God, no. Afterthought.
What?
Can you?
No, I use my telekinesis. That's not what happened. It just droops to the ground.
Yep. But yeah, like when you originally touched it and stuff, you just kind of hands pass through it. It doesn't really, it's not solid with bare hands. It only seems to stay together with the gloves.
Unfortunately, my day of coercing test subjects are over. So I don't recommend anyone try touching it with their bare hands. May I see the gloves?
Sure. I mean,
All right. I slip the gloves on. I set up a jar on a table. I'm curious if this will affect inanimate objects. So I try to grab the orb with my gloved hands. I guess I'm trying to reenact the falling of the mayor. Was it the mayor or was it
The mayor.
Mayor.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool, yeah.
So you're
mayor.
trying to tap into it somehow?
I'm trying to attack the jar with the orb, yeah. I'm curious if it'll have any effect on something inanimate and non-sentient.
Give me a willpower with a difficulty of 4.
Willpower's 3.
One. All right. It doesn't seem to take, like you can, when you're holding it, you can feel like it's tapping into your brain and like the electricity kind of roils around the outside of it. It almost looks like those old like gimmick shop balls of electricity that when you touch the static touches your fingers and stuff. And it'll like every now and then like spark comes off, but it doesn't go towards anything inanimate, but like as you're holding it, like a shot shoots across the room and it hits a mouse on the floor and it just goes completely still. All right.
Clean up your lab.
So like, and as you hold this, like as soon as that thing goes limp, all you can envision is cheese in a mouse trap, and it's like all you can start thinking about is cheese.
Jeez.
Okay. So
Well, that was cool. Now what?
well, does Dr. Marcel tell us this?
Can anyone fetch some cheese from the refrigerator right now?
Sure, I'll go fetch some cheese.
Besides,
Are you okay, Dr. Marcel?
I'm definitely serious.
I mean, are you feeling well? Are you
Kinda
feeling well?
I
tap
asked,
into his mind and see what's going on in there.
sorry, I just
Are you gonna let him tap into your mind? Like you can feel afterthought, like trying to.
oh yeah, I allow him to.
All right, yeah. All you can see afterthought is just cheese. Like all he's thinking about is cheese.
He really wants some cheese.
I try to take the orb from him. Or I try to knock the orb out of his hands, like make him let go of it.
Ooh.
Are you gonna let him?
Try to stop him, yeah. I tried.
Okay. So
Is Afterthought actually getting cheese, or was he lying about that?
Well, not after I tapped into your mind, because something seems off there.
so it's my prowess.
Oh,
against
dear
his
God.
prowess?
Dear God.
I just
I figured it out.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, no.
prowess. So yeah, I guess if he's trying to dodge, it would be prowess. So you're attacking him. What's your prowess, Robert?
Or mine?
Yeah.
Oh, my prowess is, I believe, 5.
So that's your difficulty.
Oh, wait. Yeah, my prowess is 5. Yeah, I do try to, or actually, no, I let him go.
Okay, so
So yeah, you like knock his hands, and the orb just kind of like comes down onto the table, and it like kind of splatters, and then forms back up into a ball and sits there.
okay.
All right.
Does anything happen with his mind?
Yeah, you can. He seems to be like back to normal, so you can like see that he's thinking about the orb and whatever his normal thoughts are. Like the cheese just kind of fades away. The mouse is still on the floor, completely still though.
He was robbing the mayor of his thoughts or memories. I think this was an attempt at mind theft. What do you think about that theory?
But
Stealing person.
Well, I didn't notice any thoughts missing from the mayor when I
I
scanned him, but I wouldn't know what to look for either.
perhaps it doesn't steal them as much as it grabs them, it copies them. You read my mind. Did you recall the desire for cheese?
Yes, I did.
So powerful that does not normally belong to me. And you likely noticed that this urge took over me after zapping that mouse with this orb. Clearly, something is taken from the subject that is inflicted upon, or that is targeted with the device, and the user, the operator of the device, is given something. Now, Justin was operating that device.
Yep.
I think Justin might know something. I don't think we should have let Justin go. What do you think about this theory?
Let's see. Well, that wasn't in his motivations, but we didn't see what his goals afterwards were.
Right. When you scanned him, you really pretty much were scanning what was going on at the moment, not so much what he knew or had known or what he was doing. It was more what was going through his mind at that time.
Perhaps he was simply delivering this information. He took what he needed, and perhaps the being that gave him this device was in tune to it or ready to receive it at the moment. Or maybe Justin is reporting to him to give him what he knows. I'd very much like to test this on somebody else, but that's against my updated code of ethics.
okay.
Gadfly, I can give you 1 point of determination, or you can spend a point to deny this, but add in a challenge of a super bean connection.
I'll take it.
All right, give yourself that super bean connection challenge, and add in a point of determination.
All right.
So, like, as you're talking, you can like feel this hand on your shoulder, like somebody's touching you and trying to turn you around. But as you like turn, there's nothing there, and then like it almost feels like somebody grabs a hold of your head, and it's there for like several seconds, so you can't move, and then it's gone. You have like no recollection whatsoever of the mouse or the cheese or like anything. It's like completely gone.
Oh no.
Was I still in his head at the time?
Yeah, probably. As long as you didn't break the connection. For you, basically all you see is like his thoughts and then just like this confused puzzle, and then like he's completely normal again, but there's, he doesn't seem to recall anything about the cheese or the mouse or what was going on.
So
That was weird. What was that? What just happened, Gadfly?
So what were you thinking when this was happening, Gadfly? Because whatever you were thinking is what Afterthought would have got.
Oh, right. Just stark terror as something grabs my shoulder and clutches it
in your mind.
in my mind. He's touching my mind shoulder. It's terrible.
Tickles it a little.
What's wrong, Gadfly? Why are you so scared? Or do you have a thought? Or
I think the creator of this device has caught me using it and isn't pleased. It's very
Maybe
good
he
you
can-
didn't sell it to those criminals. I take the
I can-
boots off.
Maybe you can use your suit to copy my mind training
Oh, good idea.
and protect yourself that way.
All right. I take my apparatus. Can you put your hand out, please?
Okay. And then,
Okay, I put it in, and Joel is pricked with a needle. I jab it back. Should I make a duplicate power roll?
Yeah, do you have to make a roll for that? I'd say he's
No.
probably letting you anyway, but
Yeah.
if anything, it would be a roll to touch me, but I'm letting you touch me. So
All right. Yeah. I take it. I use his mind shield to try to get this strange connection out of, or at least from persisting in bothering me. I guess I tried to flush my mind out.
okay.
And so I'm trying to use the psychic shield to at least temporarily get this strange influence out of my mind.
All right. Do you gain their power level 2 with that? Or do you keep your power level 5? You can duplicate.
yeah,
I think
he keeps his power
whichever
level
is
5.
lower.
My power level is 6.
Low limited. Oh yeah, so whatever one's lower. So yeah, and yours is normally what, 6, Joel?
Yeah, mine is 6.
So yours is going to be 5.
Yeah, so I have no power level up, which is still pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, it seemed like you did lose connection, but you feel a little more secure about your defenses at the moment using his abilities and, his powers. Of course, if you go to duplicate somebody else's, you're going to lose that, but
Yep.
until then, it seems a lot stronger than what you had. It's a little more secure.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I asked Dr. Marcel, did you figure out a way to reverse this, or so we can help the mayor recover?
Try to. I don't think I'd be able to lock this connection. I look at the mouse. Is the mouse moving yet?
Nope. It's just still laying there, kind of feet up in the air,
Oh no.
little beady eyes staring off.
We have to take care of this mouse.
I pick up the mouse and I bring it over to the table.
All right. What are you going to do with
Could
it?
dissect. Could.
Dr. Marcel, do you think you can try shooting this again? I
Yes.
don't. Okay.
I pick up the orb. I put on the glove, or I put on the gloves first, I guess. I don't have 4 hands. Put on the gloves, pick up the orb, and I blast the mouse again.
All right. What are you looking to do? Are you trying to fix the mouse?
Yes.
So, like,
and
is
I'm-
that thought going through your head?
Yeah, I'm hoping that I can revert it back.
Give me a willpower, difficulty 5.
Right, willpower 3. Let's see how this goes.
Well, does the mental shield help?
It protects him,
Okay.
but I mean, the
Minus 2.
difficulty's still going to be the same, but he's not going to have the backlash from it or from the other guy.
Yeah.
So -4. So yeah, as you hold this thing, this little bolt zips out, and it kind of like it moves towards the mouse, and then it like deviates, and it comes straight towards Afterthought. What do you do, Afterthought?
Oh dear. Oh dear God.
I guess take it down.
Um,
Yeah, or is it something you can
could try
dodge?
to dodge. It's basically shooting, so you can try to dodge it.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit by that thing.
It's going to be a difficulty of 5.
I'm using
Coordination.
coordination. Right.
No, prowess, I think. Because coordination is like ranged, and then prowess is close range. I think.
Prowess for bashing, slashing, or evading. This thing's shooting, which is under coordination, shooting.
No, but I mean the evading.
Oh. Versus prowess or strength attack. For shooting.
Yeah, it would be evading or
Yeah.
dodging.
Dodging is versus a ranged attack. Evading would be versus a melee attack.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah, this thing you'd be dodging it because it's shooting a.
It's a 4 either way.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, but yeah, it'd be shooting. So.
All right, so
Difficulty
what
of
was
5.
Uh-oh.
So like as soon as this bolt kind of like deviates, it hits Afterthought in the chest. What's going through your head when this happens?
Oh no!
All right, so
I don't want cheese.
So, like, as soon as he backs up and his hands go up, he's, like, stuck in that position. He just kind of, like, falls over backwards onto the ground. You still have the mental link to him. You're able to think just fine and you can see, but you're just unable to move. Dr. Gadfly, you basically, whatever feelings is going through Afterthought is what you are feeling yourself. But you get the vision of, like, a younger kid, like, on the streets, and you can see him, like, sneaking like into buildings and stuff like that, and you get an image of him flipping on this cloak that he found and his feelings that are going through as he puts on this cloak, and you like get flashes of his life as he goes down through.
No, don't look at that one.
This is fascinating.
Try. So every living thing except me and you are already affected by this down here, and I can't be affected by it. So try shooting him again and try reversing it this time.
Keep going. How's the mouse doing?
It's still sitting there with its paws up in the air.
This is going so bad. It's like Afterthought, like I nudge him.
Oh.
It's my intention to have a human test subject. Worked out that way. Good work. Good work.
Just
Get to
fix
ruffle his
me,
hair a
okay?
little. Good work,
Yeah.
little buddy.
Great work. This is. You have a fantastic origin, by the way. Very impressive. All right, let's try to give this back to you, Tam.
Joel, do you have a higher willpower? You could always try to
I do
use
have
it.
higher willpower.
You could always try to use it, and
We're just gonna spend
Yeah.
all of our.
Okay. Okay, fine. I'll say to him, I have more mental discipline than you. I think. Maybe it would be better if I used them.
Dare you, sir? Take the devices. Do what you need to do.
Okay.
all right. So yeah,
So-
so willpower with a difficulty of 5. Do you have a specialty that would help here?
Not really.
Acrobatics,
No.
investigation, leadership.
I mean,
Yeah, no, none of those would really help. But I'll give you a bonus +1 for your mind shield, though. So you have a really high mind shield power. So Difficulty of 4 instead, 5.
Okay. Yes.
And are
Okay.
you shooting that towards the mouse or afterthought?
I'm shooting towards afterthought.
I figured you were just gonna
Trying to-
punish him a little longer or something. Yeah. So like, as the charge comes out of this ball and it zaps him, you're able to move again. You don't get any other thoughts or anything though. It's just like a sense of relief floods over you.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
It was amazing.
I think I'm going to promote you to doctor.
Yeah. I'm not going to try this on the mouse since it seems to have dangers associated with it, and it's a mouse. So why don't we go to where the hospital for the mayor? I'm assuming he's at the hospital?
Yeah. It would be
Well,
all
that-
over the news, so you know that he's headed to this new hospital, which is the Crimshaw 4th Street Hospital.
Wow, okay.
I'll dissect the mouse later.
You're gonna do like some evisceration or something. It's still alive, but you know.
Oh, no, I'll
Okay.
Psychology labs have a little device. They have a little guillotine that they use.
Well,
I've seen, never had to use it.
so yeah, like when you flip on the TVs and stuff, it's like all over the news that Mayor Kenson is in the hospital. They don't know what's going on. There is some like they don't say that there was any superheroes that calm the situation down or whatever, but they kind of hint that somebody was up on the roof and they took care of the 2 people and that they're doing an investigation into what's going on and they're working with the police. They do say that he's at the Crimshaw 4th Street Hospital and he's being held in the CSI, or not CSI, with the critical unit, ICU, yeah, the ICU unit, and you know that all the personnel are doing what they can for him. They're trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. So before I go, well, I'm gonna go. Are you guys gonna go?
Yeah, I'll go with my cloak on and everything.
They're going in costume.
All right.
They'll be
Okay.
expecting us.
Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna put on more formal clothes.
Okay.
Call the chief of police or the
Deputy.
deputy lieutenant. Yeah, and tell him we figured out how to fix the mayor. We're cutting over there now.
All right. Yeah, he thanks you for your job. He tells you what room number he's in. Tells you how to get up to where he's at and stuff. He gives you the security clearance and tells you he'll let the body, the personnel that are there protecting the mayor let you through. So you get all clearance and everything. Whatever you need, he'll make sure you got.
Okay. Afterthought. Do you have a higher willpower than I do, or?
Probably. Yeah, 6.
Oh, okay. So.
But I don't have the mind shield that you
Oh, that
got.
is true. So we effectively had the same willpower.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So yeah.
You're more responsible.
I go into the.
You might take off with
mayor's.
it.
So do I just go into the mayor's room and?
You guys are headed over there too. Everybody's going. All right.
Mhm.
Let me see. Personnel. Under your challenges, Joel, you have personal commitment. What does that consist of?
Oh, sorry. That's like, I don't want to be stuck again in like a team forever. So, I guess I do want to help these people
Okay.
so that they can become better people, but I don't want to like.
You ready to move
I
on
want to
once
be
you
able to.
do what you need to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can get over there without a problem. when you get to this new hospital, it's like basic brick and mortar hospital. It's not too fancy building wise, but like as you would walk in through the main front doors, there's great big statues one on each side, and one is of Dr. Crimshaw himself, and the other one is of like this older looking guy. You don't recognize who he is, but down on the little name tag thing it says Dr. Penfield. And he's like an old guy. He wears a top hat, and he's got like a really nice clean cut suit, and he has a big beard. And that's like on each side. And the statues themselves are really exquisite. You can tell that he poured a lot of money into these, and it's very obvious that it's promoting himself, really. But it's gaudy, but he can afford to do it. So, and then as you come into the main lobby, it's really exquisite. There's like sofa lounges, and there's people that are kind of like sitting around drinking tea and having coffee, and there's a little espresso bar to the side, and like he went all out to try and make this thing as comfortable and non-hospital-y feel as he could. Getting to the doctor's room isn't a problem itself. The clearance people let you through, and as you go into the room, you can see that the mayor's still stuck in the bed, and he's kind of like in his awkward position with one leg sticking up and one arm kind of out to the side. And like as soon as you walk in, are you keeping that thought to him still open after thought?
Yeah, I'll establish the link
Right, yeah.
between the four of us.
So like as soon as you walk in, he's like, "Oh, thank God. Tell me you found something."
We have, Mr. Mayor. We have successfully returned a person from being frozen. So we will now try it with you.
Right,
Do not.
you can feel like
out.
his panic, and he's worried, but he's excited, but he's really nervous about the whole thing. He's like, just do what you got to do.
Okay. So I roll. I shoot him with the intention of unfreezing him.
All right, difficulty of 5. Well, 4 because you got your bonus.
Oh. My connection to the server. Can someone else roll that for me? Because my connection to the server is apparently not working.
Sure.
Got it.
Ability 5.
Ability 5, difficulty 4.
4. Okay. Wish me luck.
All right. So that is actually Joel Yang's roll, and you got a 1, so success. So yeah, the boat kind of streaks out, and again you get that overwhelming feeling of relaxation and just like gladness that he's unstuck and he's able to slowly move. You can see that he's really uncomfortable moving, and almost like what you were before, Gadfly, just kind of jello-y feeling and a very awkward feeling, but he kind of sits up in bed and rubs his face, and you can tell that he's glad to be free. He's just uncomfortable moving at the moment.
Okay. How do you feel, Mr. Mayor?
He rubs his face and he's like, that was the worst thing I've ever experienced. He's like, it felt like somebody was invading my mind. And he like tries to explain it, but he's just like at a loss for words. He's like, all I could see was this man in a cloak.
Did he have a starry face?
And he kind of looks at you. He's like, yeah, you know him?
I've seen him in visions. I think he might be behind all of this.
It's like, so what are you boys going to do about that?
Joel?
And he's like, well, we got, Power Man over there. Maybe I should hire him. Can you guys take care of this? Should I get somebody else to, take care of the situation?
While we would appreciate any assistance, I think that our team is the most ably equipped to deal with this, since our unique abilities lend themselves to investigation, especially in terms of metahuman activities.
Yeah, and he's like, well, is this person from space? And he's like, I seen his face and it has stars, and I don't know much about it, but he seemed like he was a spaceman or something. And he's like, wouldn't Pulsar, and you guys recognize Pulsar as like one of the superheroes of the town, and he's from probably space. I mean, you don't know a whole lot about him, but he can fly and he has like very space-like powers. He's like, well, wouldn't Pulsar be able to handle this better than you?
Oh.
He may be able to deal with the man, but I'm not sure he'll be able to find him, which is our first task. When we do find his location, we'll be sure to ask for his assistance in apprehending him.
And he's kind of nods. He's like, okay, well, you boys take care of this. If you guys fail, then I'll have Pulsar take care of this. He seems genuinely glad that you guys are taking this on and that you helped him, but he seems pretty nervous about your abilities. He doesn't really have a whole lot of confidence in you, and he kind of like stares at Gadfly in his spandex and mask, and he's not quite sure. He's not trying to offend you, but you can tell he's not real comfortable with it yet.
Are you sure you're qualified to take on the position?
Yeah, basically.
We'll do our best, Mayor. Have the checkbook ready.
If we see Pulsar, he has to be just an absolute jerk.
Oh, he's like Superman, but just a complete jerk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Total dickwad.
I would love it. All of the established superheroes are just insufferable and weird.
All right, let's see. I think this would be a great spot to quit if that works for you guys.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Let's see. So we'll pick that up next time with you guys on the search for this guy. Put that down.
When is the next session? Saturday or Sunday?
Let me save this real quick.